Boom, what impact. After that epic entrance, Bobby Roode has even more amazing tricks with his technical wrestling skills.
And I can't help but get the feeling that this is going to be one of those matches people will be talking about for a long time to come.
Bobby Roode looking good tonight, truly worthy of the expensive robes he wears to the ring.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with a guy who shops at Suit City, but if these were fashion competitions, his opponents would have already lost.
What a stomp.
Good grief. And then,
Ooh, what impact.
harsh impact.
Knocks up. Pele kick. Oh, and a backbreaker.
Right to the spine. Nailed it.
He's taking some offense, but he's very aware of who he's in there with and what he has to do to rebound.
He just has to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand for him. Sometimes momentum has a way of permanently swinging one way. That's what he wants to avoid here.
You seem more motivated than ever heading into this match, which makes me think he still has plenty of fight left in him.
The elbow drop to the knee.
Oh, look at this, really softening up the leg.
The elbow drop to the knee.
Oh, look at this, really softening up the leg.
He's getting after it while he has the energy. Oh, smart move.
Boom! He's on his heels. I'd say he's starting to feel the pressure a bit.
That confidence he had on his face at the start of this match sure has disappeared, and with good reason. He's taken quite a beating.
Well, he's certainly looking a little worse for wear, but that doesn't mean you should count him out just yet. I'm sure there's plenty of fight still left in it.
Guys, there's no debating Bobby Roode's greatness since arriving here in WWE. But let's not forget, Roode was also a world-renowned superstar before he even showed up here.
Oh, the reversal by AJ Styles.
Oh, to the back of the neck. I want to go back.
Styles looking to end this thing. Styles clash. Just when
He's going for the pin. You can't teach the type of tenacity we're witnessing here. Unreal. A glorious kick out.
Gonna take more than that.
Enziguri. And then
Not the fall that hurts, it's the sudden stop at the end.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Kick.
Head of steam.
Knee drop.
Styles looks like he wants to do it all by himself. Styles rolls through, just wearing down the opponent. That's what he was looking for, Michael.
Oh, my goodness. There's jumping knee right to the face.
Oh, man.
Whoa, Bobby Roode able to avoid damage.
Nice.
Setting him up in position here on the second tornado
Boom.
DDT.
Viking DDT.
Head of steam.
Jumping knee right to the face.
Oh, man.
The elbow drop to the knee.
Oh, look at this, really softening up the leg.
AJ Styles losing some grip here.
Styles has to get it together. This could be the start of an ugly downward spiral if he's not careful.
There's very little for him to be concerned about here, guys. He's had his opponent's number for nearly this entire match, and I suspect we'll see him get back on the offensive. Wow, I thought he was a goner.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
Styles looks like he wants to do it all by himself. Styles looking to end this thing. Styles clash. That should do it.
You're going to want to see your internist after a slam like that.
How does he keep doing this? How'd he do that?
Drop kick hits the mark.
I think we're about to see it. I can't wait. I love this. Styles clash. That's how you...
This singles contest has a victor.
Here is your winner, the phenomenal AJ.
Drop kick with precision.
Unique environment here as we kick off this submission match.
If you haven't hit record yet, now might be a good time to do that. These guys are going to have a match you'll want to watch over and over again.
Ducks up. This might be it.
Oh, my.
Oh, nasty impact.
And he's heading back in.
DDT.
Samoa Joe looking a little startled right now. He came into this match expecting a fight, and that's exactly what he's getting.
Yeah, but if you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake. Mark my words.
Jumping knee right to the face.
Oh, man.
Look at this. There's absolutely no wasted motion in this attack.
And look at from. What a reversal by AJ Styles.
Styles is always thinking.
He's getting after it while he has the energy. Smart move.
Lariat takes him down in a major way, too.
Samoa Joe is definitely starting to wane.
He's always up for a challenge, and tonight is no different.
He's really starting to look fatigued here, guys, and when that happens, your whole body starts to give out on you. He's going to need to be careful here.
He's taking on some damage, but so is his opponent. This match can go either...
Byron calf crushers in.
Cinched in, nowhere to go. Nobody does it quite like him. Oh, man, Joe doesn't even know where he is.
In a submission match, the name of the game is to make your opponent tap out from a submission move. There have been so many submission specialists throughout the history of this great business. Bret Hitman Hart, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, William Regal, and Daniel Bryan are a few who come to mind. And on the women's side, I think about Alundra Blaze, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and the boss, Sasha Banks.
Corey, earlier you spoke about a submission match, and one thing I'd like to point out is that a submission match is not necessarily the same as an I Quit match. The key difference is that a submission match requires the use of a submission maneuver. In an I Quit match, victory can be achieved by bringing your opponent to the point where they quit as a result of the overall punishment they've received in the match.
That's an important distinction, Michael, especially since a superstar can win an I Quit match by using a submission maneuver. For superstars who aren't proficient in submission moves, they enter this type of match at a disadvantage. It doesn't mean they can't win, but they need to perfect applying the Styles rolls through. Calf crusher. This one is over. One of the things a superstar who's competing in a submission match has to be careful of is if they have an injury or have been injured in the past and people know about it. You can bet in a submission match that your opponent is going to target that body part immediately. It's like having a giant bullseye on an arm, leg, ankle, or shoulder.
Byron, you brought up that a submission match can be especially dangerous for a competitor who's injured or had a known injury. I think that's why it's just as important in a submission match to be able to reverse the submission move from an opponent as it is to apply a submission maneuver to an opponent. If a superstar can't reverse an opponent's submission, then they're certainly going to be in trouble.
Some superstars have more than one submission at their disposal, and it becomes a pick-your-poison scenario for their opponent. It also depends on the match. Some submission matches are based on winning via a submission move, and others involve a competitor having to use the specific submission they've chosen.
What a stomp!
Good grief. Slammed with authority.
Snap suplex.
Very nice.
What a clothesline!
Ouch.
Ooh!
Ducks up.
Pele kick!
This is what makes him one of the best in the business.
Submission move coming up. Looking for it. Submission move.
Oh, there it is. It's in.
The calf crusher.
Samoa Joe isn't looking so hot, guys.
But now,
He might have it.
When we talk about submission matches, we have to speak about one that, in many people's eyes, set the standard. It was WrestleMania 13. Bret the Hitman Hart was in a heated rivalry with a brash star on the rise named Styles, looking to end this thing. Styles clash. Samoa Joe isn't looking so hot, guys.
AJ Styles just shifted the tide of this match.
Byron, you mentioned the submission match between Bret Hart and Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. The rivalry between the Hitman and Stone Cold was so intense that WWE had no choice but to appoint mixed martial arts champion Ken Shamrock as the special guest referee. The Hitman didn't waste any time focusing his assault on Austin's injured knee.
Steve Austin was busted open, and in the ringside area, it looked like a tornado went through. Once locked in the sharpshooter, Austin refused to give up. Stone Cold passed out due to the excruciating pain, which was considered a submission, giving the Hitman the victory. If it's not the greatest match of all time, it's certainly in the discussion. The WWE Universe witnessed a classic submission match at 2016's Extreme Rules event. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, defended her women's championship against Natalya. The one thing I thought was unfair about the match is that there was a ban against the Nature Boy Ric Flair being at ringside. If Flair appeared, Charlotte would lose the match and her women's crown.
Corey, you spoke of the submission.
Styles rolls through.
Oh, look at this, locked in. Submission move here.
But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
He's looking at it.
I don't think he's got it completely locked in.
He releases it.
And you can debate whether or not that would have been the end. Interesting decision there. In a submission match, the name of the game is to make your opponent tap out from a submission move. There have been so many submission specialists throughout the history of this great business. Bret Hitman Hart, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, William Regal, and Daniel Bryan are a few.
Styles looking to end this thing. Styles clash.
Here we go. And he breaks free.
Just when you thought he was out of this one.
Corey, earlier you spoke about a submission match, and one thing I'd like to point out is that a submission match is not necessarily the same as an I Quit match. The key difference is that a submission match requires the use of a submission maneuver. In an I Quit match, victory can be achieved by bringing your opponent to the point where they quit as a result of the overall punishment they've received in the match.
That's an important distinction, Michael, especially since a superstar can win an I Quit match by using a submission maneuver. For superstars who aren't proficient in submission moves, they enter this type of match at a disadvantage. It doesn't mean they can't win, but they need to perfect applying a submission move quickly. Come on, Corey, try and keep up.
Close quarters. Oh, drop kick. Goes down hard.
Given their performances tonight, it's too bad one of these superstars has
Specifically targeting the leg.
Samoa Joe isn't looking so hot, guys.
Jeez, it feels like I have the same song on my playlist on repeat.
It's cinched in. He got him to tap out.
Here is your winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
And that's a huge tap out victory. This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be number one.
Oh, look at this. Setting him up. Inverted DDT. Beautiful technique. That's up. Pele kick. What a stomp. Good grief. The WWE Universe celebrated Daniel Bryan's rise to the WWE Championship in 2013. But he wasn't quite as beloved as when he won the World Heavyweight title in 2011.
That year, Daniel Bryan won the Money in the Bank briefcase and originally promised to cash it in at WrestleMania the next year. However, he couldn't wait that long and cashed it in at TLC 2011 against an unconscious Big Show.
You fellas brought up Daniel Bryan as Mr. Money in the Bank, and I personally thought he used that briefcase perfectly. He's the only Money in the Bank winner to choose a date and then shock the world successfully by cashing in before then.
Many people have claimed Money in the Bank is a blessing and a curse. That WrestleMania Daniel Bryan claimed he was going to cash it in at. Instead, he defended his championship there and lost it to Sheamus in 18 seconds.
Inverted DDT. We saw perhaps the greatest one-night performance in WrestleMania history when Daniel Bryan won in both the show opening.
Styles, a fireman's carry.
Oh boy, he is rolling. I think this is the beginning of the end. Michael brought up Daniel Bryan's performance at WrestleMania 30.
They'll leave a mark permanently. What's going to happen now?
Boom! AJ Styles with a nice reversal.
Hooked up and bam! What a slam!
Uh-oh, here it is.
Styles clash! Can he fit? There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out? Digging deep for a kick out.
Yeah, he's not done yet. But he's got to capitalize now.
AJ Styles is rolling now.
The yes lock is in.
Wow.
The yes lock is in.
Unreal. This might be it. Oh, my. That should do it. AJ Styles is in trouble.
You can say that again, Saxton, but I don't want to hear you.
Can he score the pin?
There's the pinfall.